What's up, Gemini? Let's see what you need to know. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Gemini placements. You guys could be dealing with a Virgo. I also see the Magician card. So you guys could be just manifesting right now. There's something here to your liking that you want to go to your liking, something like that. So not so much to your liking. Okay, you could already be in situations that are to your liking. I feel like if you guys are in relationships right now, it feels like the person you're dealing with is very much a people pleaser. So I feel like they're kind of doing everything to your liking is what it feels like. Or if you're starting to talk to somebody, it feels like they're saying things to your liking. Others of you, there's certain things that need to be done to your liking. So there's a little bit of a control issue here. And as I say that, you have the Emperor here as your first card. You could be dealing with an Aries. You also have the Nine of Swords. You have the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. You have the Six of Cups. And then you got the Two of Pentacles. You have the Page of Swords. And then you have the Devil here. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. Yeah, as these cards are here, what wants to peep through is the Magician card. Okay, so again, you guys are manifesting right now something to your liking. Okay. Two of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the Devil. Some of you guys might feel like you're not going to get what you want in a situation. And it feels like it's this negative talk to oneself that's really kind of sabotaging your thoughts right now. With the Two of Pentacles, you're very indecisive about something. You have good news coming in. Now, one of two ways. You think you're not going to get what you want. And even like when this feels like very unsatisfactory, like disappointment. It's like no matter what someone gives you, you're never satisfied. So if this isn't you, you could be dealing with someone like this. And so ultimately, what could be happening here is you guys could be getting some sort of good news about something that you want, something that you manifested. But the problem is you're being a little over obsessive with the indecisiveness. So you're like, okay, I wanted this and now you got it. So Spirit's like, cool, like we delivered. So go ahead. And you're like, well, so you may have like some issues here stemming from the idea of uncertainty. So make sure that as you are manifesting, as you are, putting out to the universe what it is that you want, be exact about it and be sure that this isn't something that's just temporarily satisfying, right? Like make sure this is something that's going to stem for long-term gratification here or satisfaction. With the Emperor, I feel like what you need to know is that there's going to be a lot more stability that comes in for you guys, and you guys are going to be able to control a lot more of your day-to-day. So this is like if you guys have been biting off more than you can chew, if you've been kind of doing more so what somebody else wants versus what you want. I see you guys kind of putting your foot down at some point and just kind of taking over and just being like, no, like, this is my life. This is kind of how I like things. So I see you guys being more structured. I see you guys creating more discipline for yourself as well. If you've had, I guess, like a hard time with your emotions, I see you getting a little bit more of control and a grasp on that as well. So a lot of you guys right now could be trying to control your emotions, but it just feels like there's more control coming in overall. So it feels like there's definitely a wall and boundaries that are being built by you guys at this time in order to protect you from a certain person, place, or thing. And so it just feels like you guys are genuinely going to be drawing your sword and drawing a line in the sand. Pretty much saying no more. So I do see you guys having more control over your lives, more control over your routines, more control over your emotions here in the near future, if that hasn't already begun to happen, okay? Nine of Swords, some of you guys are stressing out over something, but it just feels like, again, what you need to know is that you're going to be getting a grasp on that, okay? So if you've been letting your imagination run wild, if you've been really just I guess manifesting not necessarily the best possible outcome, right? We tend to get what we don't want versus what we want more often. And the only reason is because your thoughts become things. So it's like the more that you're like, I knew that bad thing was going to happen. I knew this person was going to do that. It's like the more that you expect bad things to happen, they are going to happen because that's the energy you're manifesting in. So again, the universe doesn't know how to really like take certain messages, doesn't really understand. So when you're like, yeah, I knew this person was going to do me wrong. And you're just like, cool, they're going to do you wrong. Awesome. Got it. And then it's like you create all these tower moments, right? So again, be careful what you're putting out to the universe, how you're speaking to yourself, how you're speaking things into existence. And essentially, like I said, I do see you guys getting more control over your thoughts, more control over your sleep, more control over what you're eating. So just more control over your nervous system, especially if you guys have been kind of just in that energy of just not knowing how things are going to go. Okay, just have faith at this point in time. With the King of Wands, I do see a major glow up coming in for you guys. I do feel like you guys are going to be focusing and prioritizing your health if you aren't already. I do feel that you guys are definitely bossing up. From the Emperor to the King of Wands, either way, that's boss energy. So a lot of you guys may be getting promotions here soon. A lot of you guys might just be promoting yourselves in your own lives, right? Like I said, creating boundaries, setting standards, making sure that people are coming correct. And so again, it just feels like there's this ascension here that's happening for you guys for the betterment of you, okay? And so it does feel like you guys are definitely going to be looking really attractive. You could also be meeting a King of Wands here. I feel like you guys are just emphasizing your looks. I'm hearing oozing sex appeal. So someone's going to find you really sexy. You're going to find them really sexy, or it's going to be a mutual feeling. But whatever this is, I do feel like you guys are genuinely going to be enamored with whatever this energy is, whether it's just you looking really good and you're really like, damn, like I look good. And so you take pride in that. Or it's going to be someone that makes you feel like that, okay? And with the Six of Cups, you could be dealing with someone from the past. It feels like the past wants to come in. But the good news here is I see you guys walking away from it. Like, you guys will look at it for a minute. I feel like what you need to know is that there's going to be a situation that comes in for you that's going to test you. And again, you're going to look at it. You're going to be at a little bit of a standstill. But then you're going to be like, nah, I'm good. And you're just going to take off. So those of you that are worried right now that like, oh, if that person came back, I don't know how I don't know if I could walk away from them or if I would give in to them. Spirit's saying like, nah, you're going to cut them off. Okay, so don't give people your power away also. And I feel like that's something you're learning as you go through this situation, whatever this is, whether this is you just learning your worth to be paid your worth at work, or again, having people approach you in the correct way. So essentially, like I said, it just feels like you guys are bossing up, and that's the energy that I have for you. So hopefully it helps and resonates, Gemini. I'll catch you guys on the next one.